You are watching a master at work.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time you guys are watching this. It's Sam Prentice back once again, making things happen. Curious and weird day today because the K1 has arrived from Creality. And yeah, you know, things like Twitter and Facebook is kind of lit up at the moment. So thank you very much for joining me tonight. It's a little bit unorthodox because really and truly I wanted this to be in the studio. And what's happened along the lines here is that Creality couldn't actually tell me when they were going to send this to me. So it's kind of a hodgepodge of getting things together. So apologies to the guys that are streaming or were streaming or I've delayed their streams in order to get this out. So I really appreciate that. Modbot and Honey Badger, I'm really sorry that I've kind of jumped on your time slots and stuff, but that's the way of the world. And if you follow Tom Sandlander, if you're not first, you're obviously last. And it's good to be one of the first people to be unboxing the K1 from Creality. So if you don't know who I am, Google me. I'm not here for anybody's validation. It is what it is. Creality have sent me this machine, so hopefully you'll enjoy the content. And if you don't, well, that's just the way it goes, unfortunately. That's life. But hope you guys are doing well. Hope you are fine and dandy. I've got a couple of cameras here set up. And, of course, the box here in the background is this big wooden box, which has no information on it whatsoever. So I actually had to email Creality and say, this is actually the K1, right? Because people send me stuff all the time. And, you know, that's just the way it is. But anyway, hope you're well. Thank you, Zachary. Hope you're doing really well. Mr. Tripod is there. Hello, hello. Oh, my God. Literally, it's going mad on here. Let's start at the beginning. Am I going to be at TCT 360? Yes, I am. I'm also going to be at Murph. I'm going to be at Earth. I'm going to be at the one in Frankfurt, whatever that one's called as well. And also Smurf as well. So yeah, Death Races are incoming as well. So make sure you check that stuff out. Reasons to subscribe, of course. So the idea, while this is all going on, I'm going to do an unboxing today. We're going to get the first couple of prints out of it. We'll see how things work out. Then I'm hoping, fingers crossed, 3D P UK, Phil from 3D P UK. I'm hoping to maybe get him, pick him up and take him over to the studio and we do a bit of recording over there and then bring you more content on what the K1's all about. So fingers crossed that will work out. Formnex, that's the one. Thank you, Zachary. Appreciate your tweet as well. Thank you very much. Hey to Phil. Piston broke. Hope you're well. Oh my God, Sir Will. So I put in all of my videos, I always put something in there to trip people up so we get a comment out of them. And Sir Will just literally just ripped me apart. So fair play to you, mate. You caught up my shenanigans. 3D Musketeers. How the devil are you, sir? Gosh, this is crazy. So of course, Creality have sent me a bunch of information. It's all in this crypt sheet. They also learned that I was doing a live stream, which worried them for some reason. And I think that's probably due to firmware upgrades and things like that. They've sent me a few emails. They've sent me a few messages. They actually asked me not to do the live stream at one point, which was kind of amusing. But there's no way I'm not doing it. So it is what it is. The machine is here. So what will be, will be. And again, you know, that's the nature of unboxing. You don't know quite what's going to happen. Of course, this has come a long way, all the way from China. And there is a bunch of different bits and pieces here that they've sent me, like, don't forget to undo the screws on the bed, which again is, what's the other well-known printer that does Core XY? It'll come to me later, I'm sure. Also, there's a locking mechanism on the extruder. They've basically asked me to check that. And they've also sent me some different G-code files for super fast slicing and super fast printing. So exciting times are ahead for this machine. Let's just check some of the comments here. Waiting, very interested in this machine. Hopefully it will be something that you enjoy. What's all this? Oh, hey, mate. How are you? V8 Rick. Who have we got? Hey. Who else is here? 3D Musketeers. Love you. How are you? Hope you're well. Lee Smith's workshop. I'd love to see your workshop. There's Tripod. Little monkey. Bless him. See you at Earth. Yes, you will. Make sure you come and say hello to me because I'm dance off at. Hey, mate, we got to do a dance off. Let's do a dance off at Earth. This is interrupting the footy. Sorry, guys. I didn't know that. I'm interrupting quite a few things, actually. Who's this? Vincent. Hope you're well, sir. Time to print a hyperspeed. It could be. What was that? Hang on. I bet they will send me messages. Maybe. Here he is. Will you? That's amazing. That's the other printer I was thinking about. So if you don't know already, I'm a big supporter of the bamboo printer. Just the way it is. I've got 6 of the things. It's used in my workshop to create all sorts of different things. I do a lot of Star Wars printing, if you didn't already know that. So I do a lot of that sort of bits and pieces with things. Oh my God, it's my business partner. How embarrassing. Never mind, we'll get rid of him. Are you streaming with a potato? Why is the quality bad? No, it's a 4K Sony camera. So I'm hoping that that's a shame. Hang on a minute. Let me just check my broadband speed. Bear with me. 100 meg on the download, 80 meg on the upload. Maybe it's you. Who knows? Anyway, let's get straight on into this one. I have got another camera set up here. So we're rock and roll with that as well. But again, as I say, it was bad before. Quality is good here. Okay, good. All right. Well, hey, if some of you are getting a good stream, then at least that's something, right? But welcome along anyway. Mine was the same. Okay, weird. Okay, so we're streaming in 1080p anyway, thanks to StreamYard. Let's just crack on. Let's just cut the thing open. So they've got this box. It's a wooden box. Grant, you've got an opinion on this box, so I'd love to hear that in the comments. Are you using your own electricity today? Yes, I am. Let's open the box up. Let's not mess about any longer. Ooh. Okay. So I wasn't expecting a box in a box. Oh my God. We do have a box in a box. This is going to be tricky to get this out. Bear with me. Wow. This is very well put together, that's for sure. Okay, let's try and get this out. This is going to be really tricky to get this out of that box without breaking it open. Maybe that's what I'll need to do. Interesting. Okay, let's give that a go. I was hoping this would just slip out. Let's move the chair over and give that a go then. See if we can move this out. So we got a box in a box. There's a cardboard box in the top. Wouldn't this just be hilarious if it was a P1P inside? Let's open this up. See what we can get into here. Okay, here we go. Wow. Okay. Why is that still so heavy? God. So a large proportion of the weight there is obviously on the box. What's this? Let's have a look. Comes out the top. So the quality isn't just me. It comes at the top. Still don't have a bamboo that's reliable. Stock settings are not great. Oh my God. Here we go. It's too cute. I think they all come in crates. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. Let's move over to the other camera. Hopefully that's not a potato as well. Fingers crossed. Okay, we've got a plastic lid here with some information on it. Let's put that down here. Okay. Chuck some packaging away. Ooh, what's this? Okay, we've got a power lead. This is going to be handy for the UK. That's not going to work, is it? Okay, we have got these rubber feet as well. They did tell me about that. They said that those would be in the box. I possibly won't put them on just yet, though. Oh, it's quite sleek. We've got a box in a box. Look at that. That looks nice. What's in here? We've got the screen and a bunch of other bits and pieces in there. Okay. Wow. So very quickly, first impressions here and everything. It is pretty sleek. That is very sleek. Very, very sleek. Wow. Oh my God. So first impressions is, yeah, I mean, it does look nice. I don't think the P1P will fit in that box. It is a slightly smaller print bed. Of course, we are 220 by 250. So we are talking Ender 3 style prints here. Loving the positive vibe of the stream. Exactly how it should be. Thanks, Phil. Quality is horrible. I don't know why. That's really weird. It shouldn't be, because I've got 100 meg on the download at the moment and 80 meg on the up. So I can run another. Yeah, it's looking good here. Sorry if it's bad for you guys. Apologies. Nothing else is running in the background here. Almost as good as looking at a component. Oh, okay. Yeah, quality. That's a shame. That's a real shame. Sorry, dude. I'm sorry if it's bad. I don't know what I can do about that. I can look at the settings, but that's a shame. Okay, well, look, I'm going to carry on pushing through, and if it's bad, it's bad. Let's move some stuff around then. Interesting. Okay, so let's before we go any further, then let's just have a quick look at what we've got in this box. It's more than serviceable. Okay. As soon as you move, it drops quality, does it? Okay, interesting. Okay, so here we got a little screen here. Let's take the front off of that. This plugs into one of those weird connectors. I don't know if we've seen these on a few printers before. I don't know what they're called. I'm not going to pretend to know either. One of the big questions that I've been asked quite a lot is, where does the filament go? So we're going to find that out as well. I imagine it's going to go on the back. Hey, that's cute. Look at that. Cuva. So being that I've got a US power supply, or what I think is a US power supply, it's certainly not a European one, I'm going to imagine as well that this is probably not going to be in 240. Hey, Sam. Hey, how are you? Yeah, it is a bit, isn't it? I've heard that before, though, of course. Is it an engineering example? No. It's funny watching the screen on your camera with your camera. Oh, yeah, look at that. It's a new roll of Creality. It sure is. It sure is. So in the box here, we do have some lovely little snips. Like I haven't got 5,000 of these already. We've got some of this glue. I've seen that somewhere before. Drop that on the floor. We've got an unblocking nozzly thing. We've got a little scraper. We've got a spanner. We have got a 16 gig SD card. A bunch of tools. And some lube for her pleasure. Right. Go fast, PLA. Hey, J Mac, hope you're well. That's a tiny printer. Is the bed PEI? I don't think it is. I do not think it is. From what I've seen so far, it looks like possibly like a PC bed. And let's have a look on here, see what it says. It's just a flexible build bed. That's all it says. So we'll get that out straight away. It is quite small, isn't it? Dear, oh dear. Let's go on to the other camera. Here we go. Okay. Hopefully we're good there. There we go. So the build volume is that's what we got. So it's not PEI. It looks like it's probably PC. And it actually is very, very similar to the bamboo, actually. It's what it looks like. We've got a bit of crap in there. So it does say that I've got to undo some screws. So I'm going to look about that and see what that's all about. Inside here, we've got quite a tidy little fan. There's a side fan here as well, obviously for cooling. There's a little doofer at the back there as well. Yeah. Okay. The door is catching. You can't hear that, but down here, it's just catching on something down there. I don't know what. Let's plug the screen in first of all then. I'm guessing it's going to go on here. Yes, it is. Let's plug him in. It's not catching on the screen, which is a good thing. That looks... So on the corner here, the finish is, this is a magnet here, but the finish on it isn't great. Okay, never mind. Oh my God, Lord Moses is on here. I can't believe it. Shocker, absolute shocker. Yeah, it's smaller than I imagined it would be. Very compact, very compact. So here we've got the top. We've got a bunch of other stuff in here, stickers and various other bits and pieces here. We've got a quick installation guide as well, which is kind of meaty. We've got some stickers, because who doesn't want Creality stickers? We've also got a after-sale service kit, a quality certificate as well, so you know it's been looked after. And I believe the lid. Which I won't put on just yet. One of the main things I'm worried about is the 110-240 situation, and if there's a switch on it. So I'm just going to check that very quickly, just to make sure that there isn't anything untoward there. If it's running a Creality power supply, the likelihood is that it's probably going to be okay if it's a modern Creality power supply, because they're based off of the Meanwells. But I will double... Oh, hang on a minute. No, there is one on the side. Okay, let's have a little look then. So on the side down here, I cannot see a single thing in there. Let's pick them up. Okay, set to 230. So that's a good thing. Okay, next we're going to take the screws out of the bed. Let's do that quickly. Let's move back so you don't see my ass. Here we go. Let's open this up. Let's take this off the bed so you can just move that out of the way. So I'm guessing we've got 3 screws. One is here. That's too big. It's a Creality PSU. Oh, there's lots of comments. I'm missing the comments, guys. Sorry about that. So there are 3 screws to undo in here, which we're just going to quickly go through. 1. Two. Lost that 1. And 3. Okay, so in the bottom here there is a little bit of packaging, and I'm not going to be able to get that out until I lift it up, of course. So let's just plug it in. Let's just plug it in and see what happens. And to answer your question, if you had a question, of course, of where the filament goes, it goes on the rear of the printer. And before I plug it in, I'll just show you where that goes. Here we go. So on the back here, of course, you've got your PSU input here, your switch on and off. You've got your filament run out sensor, and obviously this is going to come off here. So we'll sort that out very quickly. That'll go on a little bit like that. And because I'm a professional, I'll cut it at a 45-degree angle as well. Let's feed him up. Oh, wow. So when you get to the top in this, I'm going to show you very quickly. I realized that just fell off. When you get to the top on here, you've got a switch here. So basically you feed your filament in and then you lock it into place. That's something that they put on the crib sheet for me as well. They didn't tell me about not turning it onto its side though and putting the filament onto the floor. But, you know, every dog will have its day, I'm sure. Let's put that back up. I'm guessing with the lack of filament here, Creality don't want me printing a lot of materials and a lot of models. In any case, we will pull that round. Let's pull it back round. Let's plug it in. So we'll plug it in and we'll see some of your adoring comments. I'm sure you've had some very nice things to say. Not digging these machines. Hang on a sec. Right, let's go back from the beginning then. Bear with me. So you can't see it clearly. They might be. They might be. Shake that desk. Oh, yeah. Howdy, everybody. Hello, hello. Hey, Jerry. How you doing? Not digging these machines. The rear mounted spool holders. Yeah, I get that. I get that. My machines at the studio, they're accessible front and back. Because of that reason. Really bad quality. I had a webcam. I apologize if the stream is bad. I don't know why it is. It is plugged into the router. So, hey, you know, whatever. Yep. 42 degrees, by the way. Not sure what that was. Okay. Not a fan of the rear holders as well from tripod. Yes. Have on a shelf. Yeah, exactly what I have. Right, let's switch it on then. Let's not mess about. Ta-da! There we go. As if by magic, let's hit the button. So we do have the Creality logo at this point. We'll zoom in a little bit. Let's have a little move around here, just so you can see exactly what's going on, or not, as the case may be, due to the quality. I do again apologize if it is bad. Got to remember what you're getting for your money and compared to similar printers. Yeah. Video now. What's all this about? Lighting looks great. Thanks, mate. Do we know? I do not know at this point. Oh, I see. Oh, I see. Gotcha. Please send a print. I will. Now, one of the other things that they've suggested that I do on setup is actually do an upgrade on it. that's one of the things they really wanted me to do. So this is basically telling you to undo the screws at this point, which we've done. Welcome to Creality's 3D printer. Please set up your network. Okay, let's do it. So my password, if I can see the screen. Oh, wow, hang on. Where are the numbers? Here. Oh my God, it's very difficult to see. That is tricky. I don't think there's a hashtag on here. Can you turn and talk to the printer? Sorry, I do apologize. Oh, you can't see me in the reflection. Look at that. Hey, how are we doing? So the special characters are not there. So that sucks. Bear with me. Some numbers are here. That'll do. Next. Oh, what zone am I in? Okay, so now it's basically asking me what time zone I'm in. I don't really care about that. Creality Cloud binding. I'm going to skip that. Self-inspection. So let's open this up and have a look at what it's going to do. So at this point, much like Creality's other printers, it's going to do a self-check. So at this point, it's going to do the hotbed. It's going to do the heat break cooling fan, the mainboard cooling fan, the input shaping, and also bed leveling. So I love you guys. You are so funny. So the password for that is a very, very small internal network, which is throttled. My good friend Grant put me onto that. Okay, that's interesting. Wow, that was quite aggressive. Did you see that moving? I love you guys. It's great. His password is Bamboo Labs. It's not. Maybe it should be, though. What else we got here? It is alive. Do you need to cut anything from the X and Y carriage? Do I need to cut anything? So what I need to do is take this out. That needs to come out. No, I don't think I need to cut anything from the X and Y carriage. There's no, as you mean like cable ties or something like that? No. So do you think Creality touched up this one for review? I highly doubt it. Plate is still outside. That's a good point. We're doing the okie dokie now. He's in place now. We're okay. So here's the other thing. How noisy is so far? The movement noise on the Z is actually pretty noisy. Let's have a look. Those belts are 6mm wide or 9mm pulleys. Yes, they appear to be, yes. Does it need a new bed? No, it doesn't. What's flame thrower resistance? How thick is the aluminium bed? I will have a look at that in a minute. It looks about 5mm. Okay, so now it's doing the input shaping now. Now, the other thing that Creality have messaged me and said that basically they've said to do the upgrade, then default the machine and rerun everything again. So the fact that I'm not really caring about this particular point is the reason why I'm not caring about this particular point, because it's sort of an irrelevance. What else have we got here? It's the LED on the front sight, Sam. What do you mean? It's the LED on the front sight, Sam. Don't know what you mean. It is now. Can you hang on a minute? Steve, I don't know. I've not used the machine. Does it have a roof? Yes, it does. It's right here. We'll jump onto that. Smooth idlers, lots of opinions. Look at this. Smooth idlers on the teeth side. Yes, it does appear to have that. Hope this doesn't damage the print beds. Let's hope not. Front side. How do you mean? As in the door? Again, I've got a binding just in this corner here. When you go to close it, you probably can't hear that. There's a little knocking noise. I don't know. I don't know why it's so bad. How large is the spool holder? You probably would be able to do 2.5 kilos if you put an extension on it. Hang on, sorry guys. Will you be getting the K1 Max to test also? Yes, apparently I will be. Can you hear any fans? Not at the moment. No, nothing at the moment's running. Is the case made of steel or plastic? I think the framework is actually made out of aluminium, but we've got plastic sides. So, again, regarding the fans, Will, I didn't hear anything on the fans so far. So we don't know is the answer to that one. What's the build size? It's Ender 3 size, actually. 220 by 220 by 250. Better fix the door before cracking the door. Yeah, absolutely. Hey, this is how they sent it to me, guys. Do you know what I mean? I'm not editing this down. It is what it is. Maybe that's why they didn't want me to do a live stream, eh? Who knows? Yep, same size as an Ender 3. Exactly that. So it's just working out some input shaping at the moment. I can hear it kind of juddering away as it does. While I'm doing this stream, I'm just going to put some... Oh, actually, okay, I think they're the same. So I'm just going to copy over a couple of files that Creality sent me earlier, which is basically to do with their super fast printing, apparently. So we'll give that a go. Give me a second. So at the moment, it's still doing the input shaping. Then we've got to do the upgrade to the printer. Then we got to put all this information into a nice tight little packet, and we shall see how it go from there. Now, it's starting to make quite a lot of noise with the resonance at the moment, but it's not unbearable. Right, hang on a moment. Let's just move these across. K1 benchy, place. Okay, so I think it lights up like the FL Sun V400. Wow, thanks guys. I didn't realize we had so many people watching. I wasn't paying any attention to that. So at the moment, just so you're aware, we're doing the input shaping right now. And so far, so good. We got this issue with the door. Can't hear that. It's just touching. There's something rubbing on the corner here. It's a little bit annoying. Tiny bit annoying. So as I said before, what we're going to do next, and Creality have messaged me asking me to do this, is to basically run the latest upgrade. I've just flashed the SD card or the USB drive here with the latest G code that they've just put out, which is here. And then we're going to run a benchy or 15-minute benchy or cat or whatever it might be. Let's have a look. No, okay, so let's just go through a few of these things. Is it any quieter with the door closed? Yeah, I suspect it would be, Neil. That's normally what happens when you put things behind things. Is this printer sitting on a flat surface? It's actually sitting on the QD3 Max with a towel placed upon it, because that printer now is a brick for the most part, unfortunately. Input shaping is still taking place at the moment. So it's a clean looking machine. I'm liking the style of the machine. To be honest, it does look quite nice. But being a big Bamboo fan, those guys aren't sleeping. They're not sitting back on their laurels. I guarantee you they're not sitting back on their laurels. 100%. You need to try TPU on it. 100% I need to do that. In fact, if this is super fast and super quick, I'm going to whack some TPU on it from Polymaker, the fast flow stuff. And fingers crossed that will be good as gold. Now, input shaping is just still checking, so I don't know what it's doing at the minute. It's still doing its self-inspection. It's just finished that. Now it's going to do the auto leveling. And thank God I put that bed back on, right? Thanks, guys. Let's have a look. Are the belts parallel on this one? I don't know. They look it by eye. Don't know. Which slicer would you recommend using with this? Their Creality slicer. That's kind of noisy. Yeah, their Creality slicer. This is the Creality OS, which is a modified clipper, of course. Modified in a good way, a bad way. Either way, if they're saying they're getting the kind of speeds and acceleration that they think they are, 600 millimeters per second, 20,000 millimeters squared. The acceleration is this is really noisy. So it seems on the Z that is pretty noisy. So we're auto leveling at the moment. Let's have a look at your comments here. Hello, non-fam. Hey, everybody. Everyone's super cool in here. Look at this. Let's have a look. Prefer this due to the steel rods opposed to the carbon ones. On the QD one, there's a note on that says basically the carbon rods cannot be replaced on this printer. Once it's done, it's done. Those fans are loud. Holy God. So noise suppression definitely makes a difference with that. There is a note on the top, though. When printing low temperature filaments such as PLA flexible filaments, please remove the clear top cover if at room temperature exceeds 30 degrees. So again, like the QD, that was the suggestion they made on that as well. It is loud though. Even if the quality's bad of this stream, surely the volume and the sound isn't too bad, right? Those Z's are really, really loud. Oh my God. Right, hang on. What have we got here? Is it possible to disassemble the Z rods, or are they glued in like bamboo? I don't know, but I'll have a look in a minute. What's this one? Oops, sorry, dude. I'll check that in a second as well. I hope that's true. What was this message? Noise with open is fair, depending on how it sounds. Yeah, it's... You know when you're... So if you've been printing more than 6 years, you've had to print it for more than 6 years, you'll know the pre-32-bit silent stepper driver situation. And it feels a bit like a ZX Spectrum loading a game, or a dial-up modem, or whatever. But again, this just might be the test sequence. There seems to be a lot of messing around just for auto leveling at the moment. It is what it is. Quality's fine. I'm glad. Good. Excellent. How does this compare to the bamboo? How does the noise compare to the bamboo? It's a tough one. Let's get into some testing before we go down that route. And probably, if we're going to go hard with this, then really what we need to do is get a noise meter next to the bamboo and also this printer. In fact, I have got an X1 carbon in the house here. So we'll see how that works. Phil from 3DP UK, I'm hoping to do some stuff with him. So if we're able to get together this weekend, then we'll just, try and answer all those questions if we can. What's this? Close the door, see if the sound gets better. Yes, it does. Yeah. 4988. Don't know what that is. Sorry, mate. Yeah, exactly. Sorry. Yes, the drivers. Yes. Sound here is perfect. Thank you. What does this say here? 3DP advisor in the States. The best speed is. You know what? It's funny you should say that because I have. How can I put this? I love all the printers that are coming out. I'm thankful to be able to review quite a few different printers that come out. And Joseph Prussia said that he values the print quality over speed. And that was when he was talking about the Mark IV Prusa. And I'll probably never own a Mark IV Prusa. They don't send them out generally willy-nilly like that. If I see one at an event, I'll probably have an appreciation for it. But for the longest time, I had two Mark III Prusas that I printed pretty much everything on, and two Losbots as well. So before I kind of moved and we did all this kind of crazy studio stuff, I used those printers and they were workhorses and they did very, very well. So the speed thing has enabled me to go 4-5 times quicker than I did on those machines, which is why I've got 6 bamboos. Simple as that. We're good. We're now finished. So that's great. That was close. What else have we got here? I saw someone put the sound ending on foam on the bottom of the panel already. Yeah, you know what? That might be the reason that they've got these little doofers to go on the bottom. I don't know. We'll find out. Good question. Good question. And there is a hole. So basically where the cables go, there's your hole. I don't know if you can see that. The light's a bit dodgy, isn't it? There you go. You can see here, it goes along and there's a cutout here. So yeah, you will get some heat escaping from that. But there are magnets in the corner. That's quite cool. Okay. Let's get into the menu system. We'll whip it onto here. We'll try and zoom in on that. That's the wrong one. Sorry about that, guys. Let's try and zoom in on that a little bit. Bear with me. Hang on. Let's just move this down a tad. Right. Let's see what we can see here. Here we go. So hopefully you can see all the things. And let's get the zoom on. Here we go. Okay. Actually meant the front of the glass. Oh, sorry. Okay. Sorry, dude. No, it seems to be sealed and there's a magnet around it as well. Let's have a look. We've got the network on. We appear to be on there. There's a camera setting as well here, which we're not going to touch. AI. Okay, interesting. Time zone. Bind to Creality version. Okay, so the next thing we've got to do is download this new version. So it says there's a G code here, and then it says bang bang. I don't know what that is. So we're going to download that. There's a good question there. We'll come back to that in just a second. In fact, I'll try and put this. See if that's going to work. No, that's just me. Okay, that's not going to work. That's a shame. Is the touchpad responsive? Let's see what happens after the upgrade. I think it's doing a lot of thinking at the moment. What's the price? $599. That's the price. Yeah, sorry, dude. It is what it is. If you're going to kill me for that, kill me for that. Thank you for the stream. Thanks, dude. Appreciate that. A lot of love there. A lot of love there. Thank you very much, guys. Yeah, so we're going to do some upgrading now. And obviously, as I said before, I've got the new files that have been put onto here. We're going to extrude some filament. I've got to go through that whole process of bed leveling and all that kind of malarkey again. Again, they did reach out to me and tell me that I needed to do that. So it's not like it's an uncommon thing. But why would I want to show you something that's not going to work well? I think I personally would rather upgrade the thing and show you exactly what it's all about. And yeah, hang on a second. What's this say? Bamboo. What's this say? Bamboo has so much vibration feet now, but dang, it does rock like a washing machine. It really does. It really does. Creality OS is Clipper based. It is. And the funny thing with Creality and Clipper, they've got this kind of weird relationship because they've been Marlin based for such a long time and they were a big financial backer for Marlin. They're not now. I think there's a segregation now. They've moved over to Clipper. On the clipper pad that they did, I don't think they did clipper all that well. Personal opinion, might not be a popular one, but that's the way I kind of felt about that at the time. So, yeah, again, the jury's out on all this kind of stuff. What I do know, though, is the other Creality printers that I've been sent haven't been as well polished as this one has. I think the reason for that is the market share, the way things have happened with that market share, the change of that market share. And ultimately, they've had to put all their top guys, I think, onto building these machines. And hey, who can blame them? Who can blame them? Andrew Rogers, $10. I thought that was literally, I thought you were going to say that's to do with a camera fund or something. Appreciate that, dude. Thank you. Is it possible to show inside? Yes, we will do that in just a few moments. Hello there. What else have we got here? Nice one. That's the cheers, dude. Is there a web interface available? I'm going to look at that in a minute. I've got the IP address, but I'm just going to wait for this to upload. And then once we've got that sorted out, we'll look at that. Shut it off and restart off. The good idea. Okay. How do you know that? How do you know that? Will. So have they said anything about releasing the source code of the firmware? No, they have not. I found you in the strange place on the internet, especially when you're visiting me. Wow, look at that. Awesome. What are the slice files? I don't know. I think one of them is probably going to be a Benchy. Everybody seems to be kind of into that. I think so. It's installing the firmware at the moment, just to give you an update on what's going on with the printer, rather than me rambling on aimlessly for ages. I believe one is a Benchy. What is this? Let's have a look. Their pad not doing clipper well is pretty standard opinion from what I've seen. There you go. FL Sun also did the pad and just released. Big Tree Tech have just done a clipper pad as well. This is it here. Haven't done anything with that yet. What did you miss? My poor quality of video, apparently, tripod. I do not know what's going on with that. And again, sorry about that. Can we see inside? Yes, 100% you can see inside. I'm just going to do this upgrade. It's literally just doing it now. I'm going to do what that other gentleman said, of making sure that we switch it off and restart it all again, even though it is kind of doing that now. We've got the Creality logo on at the second. Less than a haymaker, Viking. How are you? Hope you're well, dude. 40-minute Benchy just to be faster than the bamboo. Look, I love all this. I've built rat rigs. I've built a Voron. I've got another Voron build on the way. I've got loads of different printers that I've acquired and bought over the years. And I love the competitiveness of all of this stuff. It's very, very exciting. It's just rebooted. And that's quite cool. Let me show you this. So right now you can see here, this is going to be the heat setting. So it's very kind of Clipper-esque, certainly from the viewing platform there. What I'm going to do, though, is I am going to kill this and reboot it. Give it a couple of seconds. And the reason for that, of course, is because somebody told me to do it on the stream. Why not? Why not? Right, what we got here? What do they know? Okay. Yeah, well, you know, it's debatable, right? Everyone's got an opinion on stuff. My personal opinion was that Clipper is open source, and Creality basically on the pad specifically, they kind of closed it off. So you couldn't do a lot of the stuff that maybe you wanted to do. So it's that flexibility of being able to do what you choose to do and have the printer that you wanted, which is why Ratrig and Voron and all those guys are so brilliant, because of their open source dedication. And again, they did say, Creality have said this, they are dedicated to open source on this. But is it right to do it as soon as you get the printer, or do you give it a couple of months and then open it up later on? Communication is key though, right? We got, don't forget to make your bed sticky. I will. I've got lots of glue sticks all of a sudden. I don't know why this has come back in fashion all of a sudden. I don't know. It's weird. Are you getting, what's this? Speed and noise. Hopefully you won't be doing a slow print. Let's wait and see. Are you going to try and print something today? Yes, 100% I am. we've now rebooted, so that's the way forward. And the next thing is to quickly recalibrate everything. So we're going to do that. I'll show you, take you along on the journey. Okay. So 192.168.1.83 is the IP settings on this, and there is a cat test, there's a 600S test, first layer test, and 3D benchy. That's a 32-minute benchy on that one. Let's just see if we've got anything on the system here. We've got an online manual, an upload doofer. We've got some lights, and the light goes on and off, which is thrilling. So look. Now then, I would have thought reset, restore, reset all. Okay, that's what I've been told to do. I was told to reset everything, so that's what I'm doing. It's now thinking about it. Any other questions? 600 millimeter per second test. Apparently that's what that bench is. So we've got that on the SD card. We're all ready to rock and roll with that. No issues there. Are you going to print something in a filament that requires an enclosure like ABS? Not today. Bottom line is not today. What I'm going to try and do is, I love the journey. Earlier on today, I got there was a message on Facebook for somebody, and they went, "Why haven't the big YouTubers got this yet?" The reason that they haven't got it yet is because they're all at TCT in Chicago, living it up, living their best life. So people like me, luckily enough, have been able to capitalize on their holiday, I guess you could put it as. So away it goes. Oh no, he's pushing buttons again. Listen, Liam, this is not a printer for you, mate. This one's not for you. Not for you. Okay, so we're going to go through all this stuff again. I'm just going to quickly go through it. You know the deal. Clean all the debris off of it. Let's get onto our network. In fact, we don't need the network now, so we're going to skip that. UTC, I don't really care about that at the moment. We're not going to bind it to anything for the moment. Let's do the detection, or the inspection, should I say. There we go. We're off again. I'll leave the door open so you can hear what's going on. What else have we got here? Make a Viking trouble. Oh, Matt German's here, is he? Bless him. Yeah, I did make it to TCT and I worked him. You told me that you weren't going anyway. AMS. No. And again, that's we were kind of okay with our AMS before, weren't we? Multicolor printing. That's my problem with, are you copying something? Now, bear in mind, Joel Telling has got an amazing video on a Core XY printer that Creality put out a couple of years ago, where he physically cuts the framework out because it was particularly bad. And I don't think the printer inside of the marketplace did all that well. So I don't know what's going to happen here. I honestly hope that it's a great printer. I really do. And I'm invested with it. I'm going to use it as well. So it's all good. Please make the bed leveling. Oh, what's this say here? Please make bed leveling after print. I feel like I'm being told to make my bed in the morning when I get up. AMS, they will do. AMS, they will do it. Okay. How long does normal boot take? Clipper and Pi is pretty fast, so it'd be good to see the starting speed. Yeah, that's an interesting one. Again, it's one of those things that I think we're going to have to test, and I'm fully planning on dedicating quite a bit of time now to testing this and showing you guys exactly what it's all about. So, reasons to subscribe, guys. Subscribe. You can unsubscribe later. Think of me as a homeless person that just wants a few dollars for a coffee. Subscribe now, and if you think the content's bad, then you can unsubscribe later, or just feel sorry for me. It's up to you. Entirely up to you. So at the moment, again, we are now doing the input shaping. Usually on the normal boot, you wouldn't be doing this. But to answer your question, I think from start up to print, I don't think it's going to be a particularly long time. And And what's curious, one of the things that so there's a couple of things I don't like about the Bamboo printer. And again, you're going to have to sort of bear with us with this because you're going to have to start comparing the messing around that you have to do or the messing around that it does prior to actually physically printing really bothers me. And sometimes I just switch off all the auto bed leveling and things because like I just want to get on with the print and I know it's level and whatever. So yes, what's this? Apparently you can add the 3D chameleon and get multicolored printing on a palette or on a palette. Okay. I love the AMS. I've got to say it. Ooh, in the house. Don't know what that is. Cool. Wonder how fast this will be to print a battle racer. Very interesting point there. Battle racers are coming back, of course. We've got a brand new mod. So if you don't know about the battle racers or the death racers, they are tank-driven battle racers, which is kind of like Robot Wars or Battle Bots, but 3D printed. It's a concept myself and Michael Badley came up with. We did it at Murph last year. Then it went on to Earth. Then it's been to the Rocky Mountain stuff, which has been amazing. Now we're back for Murph, we're back for Earth, and we're back for Smurf in the UK. So get yourself involved with that if you so wish to do so. Yeah, and we've got a new mod out. So the new mod is called the Gravedigger. So watch this space. It's going to be interesting. Next week, I should have that out. Wow, Zachary. My God, you didn't need to do that. Not a homeless fund. That was worth it just for that comment. Thank you, mate. Appreciate that. Did you see the lady with the Prusa Excel commenting, it takes too long to level a print? No. No, I didn't. I didn't see that. I think I'm subbed. I don't see the option. Okay. The Poor Boy channel. That sounds awesome. I'm going to check that out later. Hopefully it's the new Ender 3. I explained to Will earlier that the Ender 3 is Creality's Thriller album, and they've been chasing that album ever since. And we know how all that ended, of course. Right, we're now input shaping now. This is taking some time to do, so apologies for the delay here. What I could have done is got it out of the box, done all this stuff, and then repackaged it and then pretended, but that's not how I do things. So there you go. Oh my God, these comments are coming in thick and fast. What is this? I've read that one already. Zachary 3D prints. Look at this. There's a lot of love in here today. Speaking of Earth, tickets obtained, hotel booked. Hey, wow, that's cool, man. Awesome. Make sure you say hi. I'll be about there. How heavy is this bad boy? Really, really heavy in the box. 22 kilos in the box. However, in person, it's 12.5 kilos. The gross weight is 16 kilos. I don't know how they've made that up. Again, the print volume is 220 by 220 by 250. The packaging dimension, or sorry, the product dimensions is 355 by 480. The package dimensions is 415 by 415 by 450. It is it is quite a beast. It is quite a beast. Dual gear extruder, 1.75 mil, 0.4 millimeter on the nozzle. It's compatible with a 0.6 and a 0.8. Nozzle temperature up to 300 degrees, bed temperature up to 100, flexible build plate, hands-free auto bed leveling, USB and Wi-Fi, 4.3-inch color touchscreen. Will. And again, there's a load of stuff on here. There's things like AI camera and AI LiDAR, which are optional. So if you fancy yourself as, that being a keen option for your requirements in 3D printing, then awesome. So the usual thing, power loss recovery, filament run out sensor, input shaping, lighting kit, sleep mode. Now that's interesting because sometimes on originally with Clipper, if you had power loss, that was sometimes a bit of an issue. So I'm interested to see how they fix that. Slicing software is okay. So this was something else that we spoke about earlier. Creality Print. It is compatible with Cura, Simplify 3D, and Prusa Slicer. So there you go. Happy days. Now then, there's a couple of other things I've got to mention. DeWitt. Hey, Tim. How you doing, dude? How's the printer? Well, we haven't got it printing yet. We're still waiting for the upgrades to happen. And again, this isn't unusual. They did tell me this would happen, and they've been very vocal about what I should do and what I shouldn't do prior to printing. So that's all good. They've also sent me a Google Drive link, which I will publish the files for that when I get this video out. So should you wish to... Oh, my God, what's this? Hang on a second. Ooh. I feel like I've taken a risk not getting 2-1P1Ps. Appreciate the loss. Oh, thanks, dude. Here's the thing. So I've got the M4 as well, the CRM4, which is in the background somewhere just here. And I was really quite taken with the Creality Cloud. So for cloud-based printing from your phone or laptop, it's kind of there or thereabouts. But I do like the way that the P1Ps work, and I can just be anywhere and send a print to one of the printers that I've got, which is why I've got so many of them, because it just works. There's pros and cons to all this stuff, right? You know, I don't think you've made a bad choice, if I'm honest. The printer feels very, very solid. It certainly looks the part. And once this input shaping is started, we're going to see some serious benchies flying around with any luck. So we'll see. We'll see. What have we got here? What have we got here? Got the K1 order just because I'm curious. Yeah, man. So they said that. So it's, oh my God, do I even tell you about this? Auto bed leveling is now happening. So we're going to hear some noise now. So what happened a little while back, you'll know Creality Larry. Creality Larry was my contact. Then it went to somebody else who was exceptionally good. Then it went to somebody else. Then I went to somebody else. And now I'm with somebody else. And the CRM4 was in customs for 30 days before I got it. Felt like the last man to actually do a review on that thing. Although Uncle Jesse's just got his. So, you know, who am I to complain? And I honestly thought with this one, it was probably going to be swept under the carpet, and I wasn't going to get this. When I messaged them today, I think they were a little bit shocked that I got it so early. But there you go. It is what it is. But honestly, I don't think you've made a bad choice on this. I think it's going to be great. I think there's going to be a lot of community backing with that. And, you know, if you're into rivalries, then great. It's a bit like the American muscle cars. I think, you know, maybe that kind of thing. Oh, what's this? Great to see you don't have a microscope to read the instructions like my S1. No. And in fact, I don't know. Tripod was saying to me the other day that there are certain things in these user manuals that aren't included. There should be more information about how to clean your nozzle, how to do various... Oh, so loud. My God. Okay, so doors open. Doors closed. Doors open. Doors closed. Let's see if I got a decibel reader on my phone. It's very loud. No, I don't. I'll add that. Just had a message from my business partner. He's just seen this stream. And Sam, if you're still watching, no, I doubt he's doing that. But thank you for asking. Right, what else have we got here? We will see the printer flying around as well. Hopefully, yeah. I imagine you will do. Here's what it is in the print zoo that I've got at my studio. All of the printers, all the bamboo printers, are on concrete blocks, so everything is kind of ratcheted down and held in place. It's good to know that you know when it's on. It is good to know when it's on. Fast printing is loud. Absolutely. You know, you can't. I mean, that's just the fans, though. That's the thing. So that Concorde is back in the UK. Hopefully it doesn't crash. Wonder if Clipper. Wonder if it's Clipper, and can they do Camp? Making smaller mesh adjusting to the model. Okay, it's a derivative of, I believe. Nobody really knows yet. You know who will know? Nero. So make sure you catch his stream. What else we got here? The nozzle is easy to change. Buy a new one. Oh, is the nozzle? I don't know yet. We haven't got that far. We can check though. Yes, the user manuals need more info. I was told in one of my videos. Oh, that's right. Yeah. So that's what I was saying. So I don't necessarily feel like some of these user manuals go quite far enough, and then it's down to the community to kind of support people that want to do crazy things to their printer. So it is what it is. What have we got here? Very true. You can still see the print head when it's closed. You can. It's like an eerie man watching you through a window, isn't it? I can see you. It's weird. I really hope not. I really, really hope not. Will there be a laser module integration with this printer? If you know me and you know my thoughts on lasers, I really don't like lasers. That's a lie. I do like lasers, and I've got a few, but them being integrated inside a 3D printer is just don't do it. The Creality have done it. They sent me a laser module. I think they call it the CR Falcon or something. They sent me the CR Falcon first, and then they sent me this module to go on the S1, and it's still in the box. I'll probably never use it. After watching other videos showing cheap plastic mounts and glue, I think I'll pass. Okay. Could be worse with the fans. They could be dying. Yeah, exactly right. They could be doing that. It's the bottom panel that's seeing a lot of the noise. Yeah. Oh, really? Yeah. You know, I don't know Nathan, and I've heard that he's, you know, been trolled quite a bit over the Creality stuff, which is a real shame. So, you know, should he ever see this, which he probably won't. He's a big YouTuber, big influencer now. Probably saying the Sonic Pack. I think it's going to be. We're going to have a look in a minute. And I'll try right now. 192.168.1.89, I think it was. See if it lets me in. They had a password and a different port associated with the Clipper pad when they first started it, before they did the upgrades. So I don't know. How does it measure the best? Good question. I actually don't know. I actually do not know. But what I am going to do is get a print on, because this is getting out of hand now. So let's turn this to 200 degrees. Let's whip the Z down a bit. 30 mil. Let me show you what I'm doing. So I'm going to move the Z down a little bit here. So the bearings are mounted into plastic mounts. That was a question that I think we had earlier. And let's just turn that on for a second so we can see what's going on. Donk. There we go. 267 people viewing this. Wow. Insane. Absolutely insane. Right, bear with me. Let's get the focus back on this thing. Come on, you can do it. My 1996 camera is not playing games. Right, so we're at 200 degrees. Where else have we got here? X and Y. Okay, so we can move things around. Okay, didn't like that. Details. Oh, interesting. That's really interesting. So I tried to move it to the right. It now wants me to reset. We're going to say no for that. Let's go the other way. Okay, so X moves over. That's good. What else have we got here? I want to extrude a little bit of filament. That's what I'd like to do. It's not there. It should be here. All right, I think we're going to push it through. Let's see what happens. Undo that. We smashed the door. So I was half expecting, let's move that out of the way a second. So I was half expecting to be able to actually extrude some filament. Doesn't seem to be an option on it. What have we got here? Right, I'm going to plug this in. Let's get on with it. Let's move this up so you can see what's going on with the print. We're going to print the 15-minute benchy. That's what we're going to go with. Let's move him over. Let's shift this up a little bit. There we go. Let's straighten everything up here. The other thing we're going to do is wax some glue on here. Right then, friends. Let's just whack that back on again. Dosh. There we go. I'm at the top now. Good job. Let's close the... can you see? You can see, can't you? It's a reflection of me, though. Not a good look. That's hit the benchy button. It's going to go through the calibration apparently again. We're going to go down to 140 degrees. And the bed's going to heat up to 60. It's going to then do its calibration again. I almost thought that the print head then hit the glass. It's very close. So we've taken the top off. It's not 30 degrees in here. How does it measure the bed? In answering that, I don't actually know. But, oh my God, that's so noisy. I will have a quick look at the crib sheet that they sent me. If I can find it. Where art thou? Document 3, not that one. Okay, so let's have a look here. Pay attention to the correct writing of the Creality's name. It's the Creality K1. We knew that. So core points are 600 millimeters printing speed, hands-free auto leveling, solve ringing with the G sensor, 20,000 millimeters per second acceleration, nimble speed setup, 32. Let's have a look. See what else we've got here. Dual gear extruder delivering 50N strong extrusion force. Hot end is a titanium alloy heat break with copper alloy nozzle, working with flying colors up to 300 degrees. What else have we got here? It doesn't say. Self-test on the tap. So it says here, self-test extruder, heat bed, camera, which is optional, fan, leveling, etc. Any abnormal detections will promptly be displayed. Hands-free or bed leveling, flexible build plate. So in answer to that question, it's a secret at the minute. I will ask the question, though. We'll get to the bottom of it. So let's have a quick look at where we're up to now. I'm going to open this door for a second because I'm really curious to see what's going to go on in here. Haven't used glue since 2018. Yeah. Well, it's the new normal. They're coming back into fashion. It's like flares. Oh my God, that is so noisy when that kicks in. So that's the cooling part fan right now that's just kicked in. Wow. He didn't use the promotional material flag. Oh, what's that? No, nothing stopping you as such. There you go. We can do that later. Why did they send you the first one? Because I'm bloody awesome. That's why. Tell it to Bambi. I guess we'll see if it does the same thing. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, I'm with you with that. 802 garage. I'm okay. Interesting. Yeah, I get it. I use the spray adhesive 3D lac, incidentally. Open the door so we can see it better. There you go, Wayne. Done that for you, mate. Sorry. Can you measure the size of the front door until the end of the filament holder? Why? What's this? It's loaded with Creality high-speed PLA. No, I think it's just standard PLA. I will, but not today. Tim, I don't know that. I do not know that at this point. I might have to move the camera up in a minute just so you get a better feel of what's going on there. There you go. Rob prints robots. Was it not? Okay, well, I might be wrong. I'm happy to be wrong. I'll move this up a little bit just so you can see a little bit better. And I will check the PLA. I'll do that right this second. Don't move the camera. Hello, Chris. It was Ultra PLA, was it? Okay, let's have a look then. Okay, it's actually Hyper PLA white. So you were right. It's Hyper PLA white, whatever that is. I know the minority really like the carbon-coated Creality glass bed in a bed slinger. The glass bed adds weight. Yeah, I mean, I've used the glass beds for many years, and PEI has sort of changed the game a little bit. It is. I would say it is actually for $600. I think it's pretty good. I mean, just to look at is worth $600, right? Maybe? I don't know. So we're bed leveling once again. I did ask it to do that, so that's what we're doing. We're blowing out a little bit on the light. There's a light inside the printer as well as obviously the stuff I've got in the studio here. What else have we got here? Can't wait for the showdowns, newest year. Yeah, but you can print an enclosure kit. Crazy names for this. No, not that I've seen. We'll look at that. I hope, Phil, I want to come and get you and kidnap you and take you to the studio and actually do a proper look at this. Maybe Saturday. An ETA for the full-fledged review. I am now on this 100% wholeheartedly. I've got nothing else to do other than play around with this printer. So expect lots and lots of short videos coming out. Stuff I've printed, all that kind of crazy stuff. I'm going to chuck loads of different filaments at it. ABS, PETG, I don't know, probably some nasty, horrible, abrasive stuff as well. We'll see how that kind of works out. What else have we got here? No, interesting question though. Any idea how much they charge for the camera and the LiDAR upgrade? I do not know. And again, I will find that out. The weird thing about Creality is that they want you to use a specific camera with their cloud software usually. I think there's a couple of ways to get around it, but oh, hello, here we go. We have got a white line, ladies and gentlemen. Are you ready? We are. Oh my God. That was a quick movement then. Hopefully somebody's timing this. It's saying 16-minute benchy on here. Let me have a look. Fans kicked in. The first layer's down. My God, look at that go. Creality's like, come at me, bro. Come at me. That is incredible. Whew. Oh, my God. They do not appear to have a LAN mode. I might have to strap this down. I might have to get some ratchet straps out. So on the display that you can't see at the minute, it shows a picture of the benchy. And then basically, as it's printing the benchy, it kind of colors in the print. So it's kind of like a hollow print, and then it colors it in as it goes. How long before it vibrates off the bench? Well, it's actually sat on top of another 3D printer at the moment. But it adds to the aesthetic, right? God. I just need some TikTok people to wobble their bottoms around now. That is, I mean, I'm in the same room as this thing as well, right? So, my word. That's incredible. I wonder if the stable service would have thrown out. It might have done. 100% Lee. I get that. Oh my God, look at that go. That is incredible. I feel like I need to. I feel like I need to hold it. Oh my God. Is it a printer for my bedroom? It might be, depending on what you get up to. Darren, you are completely right, my friend. Right, what's this? I think it's sitting on the machine. It'd be very low for yeah, absolutely. I think, like I say, with the concrete blocks that I've got on the bamboo stuff, putting the input shape into the test, indeed. It's so aggressive. Oh my God. Look at that go. That is obscene. Could be. It's looking good so far. It is. No, I don't. Oh, Scott, hope you're well, mate. No, I don't feel that safe, actually. I feel like it's going to creep up the stairs and get me in the night, this thing. It's... yeah, it's got some wobble on it at the moment. Again, it's not on a... It's on a flat surface. And again, we've also got these rubber feet to put on. So we'll do that when we get to the studio tomorrow. Again, I think I might need some ratchet straps for this thing. Do not know. I'm guessing it's 0.2. So we're at 21% in at the minute. I mean, what can you guys say about that? I totally agree. Big D, you're completely right. And here's the thing, you know, this thing turned up at my house today. For me to go back to the studio is going to take another hour. And I just figured it's here. Let's crack on with it. Let's see what happens. Nearly 300 people watching this stream. This is the most successful stream I think I've ever had. So thank you very much for joining me today. Apologies for any quality issues with the cam. Madness. You can't touch the printer when it's printing. Do I get told off? Hey, look. What if I touch it? Okay. It looks like 5% infill. It looks like 5%. Joel Telling's milkshakes are going to be awesome. I think the real test is how long this machine holds. You know what? That is, that's pretty much for any printer, though, isn't it? Like literally any printer. Here we go. What's this guy got to say? It vibrates so much, it comes with a... Oh, don't give me ideas. Yeah, plastic will degrade over time as well. It's not going anywhere. All right, I'll stop touching it. That is just insane. Good question. K1 versus P1P, which is louder? This is louder, but the door is open and the top is off. But then again, the P1P doesn't have a door or a top. This is louder. And we're going to do some more testing with that. Definitely going to be doing some more testing with that. Insane. It's a bit like those guys that get the new iPhones and then they just drop them on the floor and smash them, right? It's moving so fast. But yeah, I have no doubt there. I have no doubt there. They really are. I mean, it is loud. Thanks, Big D. Appreciate that. Thank you. That's a really interesting comment there. So this machine's actually sitting on the 3 Max or whatever it is, the QD3 Max thing that they stopped. They told me to stop messing around with it because the quality was just abysmal. Can you say my name as what? Can you say my name as loud as you can in the print chamber? Dane H. Of course, I'd love to do that. Dane H. There you go. Don't say I don't do anything for people. What's the speed? Okay, so apparently it's south of 600 millimeters per second. It doesn't tell me. It doesn't tell me on the display. It's not a bad print though. Touchscreen is running interface similar to Sonic Pad. No, I would say it's not. I think it's better. Would you say by now you can definitely see a difference in speed between the Bamboo and the K1? Yeah, I think there's a difference. And when we do the side-by-side this week, tomorrow, whatever, we'll put it to the test. We'll try and get some stuff. If Will's still on, maybe we can get a bamboo sliced benchy. I can send somebody this file and they can pull it apart and see what they've done to make it that speed. Again, I think it's a 5% infill there. So let's see what we can do. That's why it's taking so much. No feet. Yeah, could be. I shall do that. K1 is rocking. It sure is. I think on a couple of them they are. How's the printing quality to now? It's not bad. I've got some other benchies here that are off of another machine that's not released yet. It comes out on the 15th, I think. So we'll do a comparison between that. It's not on the carpet, no. Hello, 3D Bruno. You're still watching, brother. Yeah, if you haven't seen Scott's dragsters, you've got to check those out. 3D printed dragsters. Awesome. I hope so. I really hope so. I think if they put the energy into this, I think they will do very well out of it. I'm very sorry, Dennis. The next videos that I put out won't be streamed. I'm a firm believer that it's the StreamYard software that I'm using, so apologies for that. There you go. I shall check that. I don't want to take it off now because it might just fail the print. Dude, what did I miss? Well, hello, Adam. Creality K1. It's smaller than you might think. Same size of an Ender, but 12 times faster than an Ender. The quality is not bad so far. It's okay. We're going to get it out. We're going to show you what it's all about. K1 is louder. Definitely. Am I going to TCT 360 this year? Yes, I am. I'm also going to go to Form next, I think. I'll be at Smurf. I'll be at Earth. I'll be at Mirth. Yeah. Shout me if you're going. Let's meet up. Let's high five. Oh, no, we won't do that. That's Joel Telling's thing, isn't it? We're fist bump. What level of quality can you get? I do not know. This is literally the first time I've plugged this thing in. I do not know. Would you rather have a stupid fast with mediocre quality or reasonably fast with stellar quality? It's a given, especially for the stuff I print. You know, it is what it is. Can you do a first layer test today? There is a first layer test on the card, actually. So yes. If you keep touching it, you go blind. Yep, my mum said that as well. Yeah, there is a bit of we'll do a comparison in a little bit, Austin, and we'll show you that exactly. Close the door for a second, see if it shifts the frame. All right. No, it's aluminium. That's not going anywhere. It's plastic sides here. It's aluminium top. It feels like a plastic bottom. And the other thing I could do is I could plug in my little thermal camera and see if we've got any good heat sources. Let's plug this in. Thanks, Will. Just got your message. So Will's already sent me the sliced benchy for the bamboo, so we'll get that done. So this is a heat sensor. And we're getting reflection off the glass at the minute. So let's open this back up. Don't know if you guys can see that. Hopefully you can. We've got some red hot where all the gubbins is for the heat sensor at the bottom there. And then again, you can see here that we're pushing out some serious heat from the fan. The rails are just reflecting, so that's not heat. That's just reflection there. But yeah, that's cool. That's something else. So we're nearly there. We're at 92% now. 92%. Right, let's have a look. What did you order? You ordered one of these? Yeah. Story of my life. Yeah, Nathan builds robots. Yeah, I don't know him. 309. Subscribe. I'm going to be doing more videos, which will probably be a better quality than this one. So if you're interested in the K1, literally, this is my life now for the next few days. I'm going to be doing all the tests. Hit the subscribe button. Help me out. And then when the big guys get back in, unsubscribe and follow them. It's all good. Can we also slow the speed down? 99%. Good question about slowing the speed down. I can't see an option for that. Well, there is so many messages, guys. I'm going to have to skip forward a ton at the minute. Hey, Stephen, how's it going? Stephen Lightspeed does some fantastic models. Make sure you check out his Patreon page. That's so loud. My God. So loud. So loud. Let's turn that off. Let's go back to number 1 for a second. That is obscenely loud. Why is it so loud? Okay. So here's the thing. I'm going to whack another print on while I show you this one. I'm going to have to put the top on because it's so damn loud. Let's whack some glue on the bed. It's not double-sided. What do I do with the top? God, that is so loud. Significantly quieter. Significantly quieter. Here we go. Big oversight on the lack of MMU. So, everyone's going to have their own opinion, right? Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Let me try and get some light out the way of this so you can get a really good kind of view of this benchy, which was actually 16 minutes. It wasn't quite 15 minutes. So I'll give you a quick look at this. You can see, oh, thank God that fan's gone off. You can literally see how the infill is literally just 5%. But regardless, it's not bad. And let's have a look on the back here. It really isn't bad. It really isn't bad. So I'll compare that with another benchy, which is just here, different color, obviously. So, you know, so let's see if we can get that. And this one was like a 46-minute benchy, and that's done on the new Anycubic Cobra 2. So K1. Again, the percentage of that's probably better though. I think that's probably a 10% on that. Let me know what you guys think of that benchy. Let's whack another print on. There's a printer here called First Layer Testing. There's a cat, and there's a 600S test. So the 600S test is 7 minutes. So maybe we do that. I've got to say, like, that ain't half bad. You can tell that it's a speedy benchy, but I've seen a lot worse, a lot slower. Okay, let's do this one. Let's pop this one on as well. So this is the 600S test. We're going to do the calibration again as well. Okay, what do we see here? Is there a Sam Mini Wexton? No, there's not. I asked him and he said, I don't have enough defining features for maybe the receding hairline or something like that, or cunning accent. Let's have a look. What's going on here? White filament's pretty hard to see. You're totally right, Non-Fam. It is pretty hard to see. And it is also using their super fast stuff as well. So they might be. They haven't told me that. I've known about this printer for the development of this printer for a long, long time. But here we are. It's real. It's a reality now. Camera makes it look fuzzy. What I'll do, Will, is after the stream, in fact, sorry, I'll do it now. I'll take a photo and I'll put it on my Twitter. How about that? Let's have a look. Let's do a nice shot there. And then we'll do this. Hang on. There you go. That's me looking shocked. And I'll tweet it right now. And if you go to Twitter, my handle on there is @SamPrentice. So if you want to follow along and see what that's all about, you are more than welcome. God, I look terrible in that picture. Never mind. Twitter is blowing up. So @SamPrentice is just published it there. Have a look, see what you think. See what you think. There's a ton of messages on there. Send the 600S. We've done that. What have we got? Hello there. How are you? It does make some worrying sounds. You know when the bamboo clicks the back of that little hook switch for the poop chute? It always freaks me out. Always freaks me out. Let's have a look. What's Twitter? Hello, John. Hope you're well. Let's do another couple of photos of that then. Thanks for the follows, guys. I'll do a little video here. Probably better quality than this one, maybe. We'll see. So let's get the video done. So here is the K1 Benchy, printed in 16 minutes. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. There you go. I'll pop that one up there now as well. Man, it's so loud. I'm literally dying. Creality K1, 16-minute Benchy. There you go. Uploaded that one as well. Happy days. How's it going, Joe? What's going on? Benchy looks all right. It does. It does. It's very loud. I'm going to because I don't want to close this because I want you guys to be able to see it as well. I'll close it for a minute. As I say, the one thing I've noticed on here is this magnet, the way that's been put on here. It's not a great finish. I've got something scratching in this corner. Madness. Absolute madness. What was that? Sorry, I saw someone posted up something about a... What the hell is that whistle? Yeah, it is a fan. Very, very, very loud. So a cat door. Okay. Yeah. Does it have a PTFE lined hot end with an enclosure print? I do not know yet. I haven't got that far into it yet, and we're going to find out all of those things. Of course, we're going to find out all of those things. It has. You're right. You're completely right. They're licking their wounds, I suspect, with the market share. Can you do a first layer test, general stress test? Yes. What else we got? This is why people go, oh, you don't give good, honest advice. I do, and I'm willing to share anybody else's views on things. It is what it is, and I will tell you again. 305 people that are watching the stream right now. Creality, when I said to them, "Oh, the printer's just arrived. I'm going to do a live stream in like 2 hours," they went, "Oh, can you do it another day? Can you?" And they were panicking a bit about it because they wanted me to do the upgrade and the firmware and all the rest of it. So it's not a problem, but I'm not going to stop the stream. It is what it is. So, good, bad, or ugly. That's the way it goes. Same with Soval. Had a really good relationship with Soval on the SV6. The Plus came out. I had problems with it. I published that we had problems with it. It is what it is. Same with Bamboo. If there was a problem with the Bamboo, I would have put something on that. So let's have a look at this. One of the other YouTubers put a sheet of sound. Yeah, this was Nathan, right? Again, I don't know Nathan. I've seen a couple of his videos. I didn't want to get too in depth into what he was doing. I will do now that I've unboxed the printer and stuff. But again, you got to have a fair critique, and you got to look at these things. When this starts printing, I'll whack the other camera back on so you won't have to see this mess. What's this? I was told it's an all-metal style direct drive extruder. It only has a PTFE going into the hot end. There you go. It looks kind of small. That's what she said. Thank you for that. Let's turn that off for a minute. Let's have a look. Again, lots of opinions. Opinions like arseholes. Exactly. Titan heat brake. Tell you what, I can probably have a look on here, see what it says. So on my crib sheet here, so I can read it out. 12 times faster for more efficient. 600 millimeters per second, 20,000 acceleration, 12 times faster than any regular FDM printer. That's in red, by the way. 32 millimeters per square from the flow on the hot end. New ceramic heater encircled the entire hot end. Heats up to 200 degrees in 40 seconds and melts filament instantly. There you go. Dual fans to cool the model. Prompt model cooling by the prompt model. Deafening, I would say. Air ducts also into the auxiliary fan into the build chamber. Creality OS. Easy extensions. The Creality OS runs on a powerful dual-core 1.2 gig CPU and is able to add an optional AI LiDAR and camera. Prints right out of the box, assembled and calibrated before shipment. Also featuring boot up and quick guides, etc., etc. Hands-free auto bed leveling, strains. There's going to be a time where people will go, I remember when I used to have to level my 3D printer. Not anymore. But those curved beds are all fine, aren't they now? Unless you're printing a square. What else we got? With Wi-Fi connection, it's easy to control. Now, it doesn't appear to have an Ethernet connection. That's just the way it is. That might upset Grant. I don't know. Solving ring with the Z-banding. The G-sensor has resolve ringing. Again, it's got the clipper features. Bottom line. Stable frame and enclosed chamber. Unibody die-cast frame that is a CNC machine for ultra stability. Enclosed build chamber to deal with more types of filament. ABS, PLA, PETG, PET, TPU, PA, ABS, ASA, PC, PLA, CF, PACF, and PET-CF. So that is what is coming out of that there. And then we just open this door back up a little bit. Also regular FDM printer. Probably a regular FDM printer is any printer that Creality has ever made. That's what I would say. Grant will be upset. And I'm still waiting for Grant to send me his Bamboo so I can try it myself. I'm joking. I'm not joking. What does this say here? Will I agree? What's this say? I really hope that as well. Yeah, there you go. And that's Will. That's Will, the Bamboo guy. Okay, this is interesting. So this is a slower print. I can hear the retraction on this as well. It's quite loud. Let's whack this camera back on. Hopefully, it'll do something here. Let's see what we've got on this. Show you that. Oh, the battery's tired. What a shame. Okay, no worries. Okay, so now we're cooking with gas again now. It's just warming up. I can hear everything just warming up now. Hey, Wexter. Hope you're well, mate. It's pretty quick. I don't even know what to say. I mean, it is insanely quick. Oh, I feel excited about stuff again. Listen, if it puts a smile on your face, right? It's got to be worth that $5.99. It's got to be. So this is a 7-minute print. It's at 20% at the moment. Wow. Hello, Grumpy Dude. Hope you're well. Yeah, it's 20K acceleration. You want to see the belts moving up and down? I'm just really glad I haven't got a lemon. Just really glad I haven't got a lemon. So in regards to the belts moving, see, I think you've got 6mm belts on a 9 or 10mm pulley. I'll do some slow-mo of that in my next video, and we'll have a look and see how much tolerance and how much movement you've got inside of that. As you know, with Core XY, if you have any, you can pick up kind of muck and grit and stuff. I occasionally have had that on the bamboo. If you don't clean those pulleys right, you can then get kind of little blips on your prints. And that's just the way it is with Core XY printers. It's still frightening. So this is printing at 240 degrees using that PLA that they sent me, the ultra fast PLA stuff. Sure. This is louder because of the fan noise. And again, we'll do a comparison on that, of course, as the days go on. What we got here? My CL10 Pro ended up with the issue where the bed doesn't turn off after heating printing. So by this, it's not a bad call. It's not a bad call. Obviously, it's probably not going to be the same size, as I probably would imagine. At least yours would be a 300. I was going to buy the Cutie Smart. We love Zachary. I mean, you can't complain at the speed, can you? I'd love a lemon. I think me and Grant at one of the Rep festivals should eat a lemon. That's going to be a challenge that we do, along with the mud wrestling and the dance off, and we're both eat a lemon. You used to 40 minutes to live stream and eventually still printing. Not anymore. No, exactly. It's like, oh my god, it's so bloody fast. Sure, how's the noise when the doors is closed? Okay, also we've got the top on as well, so if we just close that for a second, it's significantly reduced. Like this. And the wobble isn't so bad. What's all this? Does it need Creality Cloud? No, it doesn't. There's an option for it though. If you want to partake. KLP1 could be better value. Could be. Grant is down for eating a lemon, everybody. That's going to happen. Yes. Yes. Love that. I lead. Remember that. You know what? Even with the Bamboo Labs, like 4 Bamboo Labs, I did 12 kilos in 4 days. 12 kilos in 4 days. Totally. Pencil Parasite, really appreciate your comment there. The real concern is reliability over time. Thanks for the live. 100% it is all about the reliability over time. And this is where, you know, Loyal said it the other day. I caught a very brief stream of his, or a live stream of, or a short of his. And he said, there's still room for bed slingers. There'll always be room for bed slingers. And the reason that bed slingers became so popular is because they're easy to work on, really easy to maintain, easy to build, easy to add other things to, and that's why they became so popular. This speed freak want and need and requirement, which I, by the way, love, because time efficiency is what I'm all about. Again, time will tell. You know, Prusa always does so many million hours of printing on their printers. You know, there's a reason that they are, you know, ultimately one of the best manufacturers of 3D printing with the most reliable machines, because they've done that time. Again, with Bamboo Labs, I know they put a huge amount of time and effort on their print farms. I've been lucky enough to kind of converse with various people within that team. They've really put the time and effort in. Creality, though, and I hate to say this, you know, this is a machine that's been sent to me for review. They have been known in the past to cut corners, and then it's down to the community to then try and fix some of those faults. It's a fact. It's just the way it is. But at least we don't have a tripod issue on this one yet. So fingers crossed. Let's have a look at your questions here. K1 will be self-serviceable, will it? We'll see. What I'd love to see on any of these printers is the door to automatically open, the print to be taken out, the print to be removed, and then it to be then ready for the next print. That's what I want. Does it get hot enough to print PLA? Doesn't get hot enough to print PLA. Oh, okay, right. I see what you mean. What else have we got here? Thank you for another view of the K1. Joined late. What are your thoughts on the build plate? It's printing. I've got a... so traditionally, I've always loved glass. God, it's just finished. So traditionally, I've always loved printing on glass. With any bed slinger, certainly the S5s that I had a few years ago, that's what we always did. It was always on glass. PEI sheets, though, have been a bit of a game changer. The bamboo plate that came on the X1 Carbon, I really hated that. So immediately changed that out for a PEI sheet, along with the 5 other P1Ps that I've got. All of those, of course, they come as standard with the PEI sheet. But I have noticed that, you know, after so many hundreds of hours, the PEI has started to sort of fail in patches. So, you know, you're going to get that. It's a replaceable part anyway. It's one of those things. But go with what you like. So this is cooling down at the moment. Let's get that stringing out of the way. Okay. So this is what we got. There are no deviations on this. Like, that is as smooth as it gets. There is a small, very, very small amount of black. I don't know if you can see just on that bit here, there's a little bit of black on there. And that's sort of consistent with the print. I don't know if the PLA is perhaps getting a little bit too hot. It is a little bit consistent with the print, or it could just be some old filament that's just sat in the chamber there. I don't think you get much better than that, though. Very good. Very, very good. Okay, so we're going to just do the cat then. I'm going to try and answer some more of your questions. Let's put some more glue on this, see what happens. Let's do the cat finally. Let me grab that in a second. 2 seconds, guys. So the cat is 1 hour and 22, so I'm not going to do that. But I am going to do the first layer testing. And that's an 18-minute print. So let's do the first layer test, and then I think we're going to call it a night. I'm going to try and go through your questions, though. What have we got here? Glasses for pints, not for printing. Oh, there was a time, I can tell you, many, many years ago. Yeah, it is what it is. PI plates are life. 100% agree with that. Glue is terrible. I don't like how the new printers are requiring it. Neither do I. I use 3D Lac. It's little spray stuff, and also 3D Gloop either have or have been developing a glue that you can put on, and it's amazing. It's bound to be. Thanks, Loyal. Love you. Sound the P1P pimp. Mate, I tell you what, like the ecosystem of that, for me, just works so well. And if this could meet that halfway, even with the Creality Cloud element, for me, being able to just print remotely is everything that I want to do. I don't necessarily want to be in my house using my electricity. I want to use the studio electricity, which is free, by the way, and just have it my way. I don't, Bamboo Labs did what DJI did to drones. Before DJI did drones, there were people doing all sorts of crazy things, all sorts of crazy ideas. DJI changed that industry, and by default, I kind of feel, and it's not going to be a popular opinion, I feel that the engineers from Bamboo Labs have had such an influence on changing stuff. Other printing manufacturers chasing this is detriment to that situation. But I do honestly feel that they are changing the way that we do things. And I think all this stuff is a change that could have happened 2 years ago, 3 years ago. And for whatever reason, the manufacturers just didn't. They didn't feel the need. They didn't feel that perhaps the community was there for it. So any of these printers are gold as far as I'm concerned. And, if you can cut down on your print time and your overall efficiency, and the quality is the absolute nuts, and strength and mechanical qualities are also there as well, go for it. Just do what you need to do. Right, let's have a look at this. They are quite nice, actually. What's this say? Smooth as Sam's bottom. John, you're so naughty. What's the latest strength like? How do you mean? Let me know what you mean about that one. Oh, the layer strength. What, on this? I mean, it's not pulling apart. I mean, that is insane. Look at that. Look at it. What do you do with this? Any plans on visiting Vegas? Jerry, I would love to come out and see you in Vegas. And probably not this year, but if I go to the Rocky Mountain Red Festival next year, which is the plan, I won't be doing Murph and Earth next year. I'll only be doing the Rocky Mountain Red Festival, and in which case I'll come and see you. Is that fair? Lots of people saying hello. This is a good community tonight. I love this. Thank you for joining me. I bet the glue is not leading unless you're in a hurry to get the print off. Maybe. We can test that. Do you think the glue sounds... like crappy experience? I don't know. Is the K1 better value than the P1P in your estimation? I do not know. And the reason I can't answer that is because I've literally just unboxed this. So the funny thing about Bamboo and my relationship with Bamboo was I was literally about to go, I just have to pull the trigger now and buy one of these. And then we got talking, and then things happened. So great for me, obviously. But the stuff I build, the quick builds that I like to try and do, I want stuff done then. I don't want to spend 6 weeks messing around trying to print something that the Bamboo Labs and other printers now can print inside of 4 days. So, the color changing stuff wasn't a big thing for me, but now it's grown on me, and I like to try and do the color changing stuff as well. There's more coming from them as well. So it's not, this is going to be this is going to be a fight here with lots of companies getting involved, doing fantastic things. And, you know, it's an exciting time. Really is an exciting time. I like the new Bambu PLA plate. I've been testing. Okay. Cool. That's from the man himself. Mate, honestly, glue sticks are... it's what came with the printer. It's what you're supposed to use. Again, I use 3D lac, so whatever. Have to run. Cheers, Loyal. Take care, dude. What's this say? I'm selling the K1. Well, Phil, you know, let's try and do this. Let's do this stream. Let's do some stuff on at the weekend. Let's see if we can get together. He's not a P1P pimp. He just knows how cool Bambu printers are. From experience, they have nailed it. You're right. Pimp. Right. Hang on a minute. Oh my God, there's so many messages here. We're going to do this first layer and then we're going to call it quits, but it's not quite yet, guys. So thank you for watching. Warn me before you come to Vegas. Jason, I'm coming to see you, buddy. I got rid of 8 bed slingers and I'm doing my work on the X1 carbon. Yeah, exactly right. It's what I did with. So the funny thing is, Stephen Lightspeed turned around and said, I'm going to sell my Mark III Prussias because they still have market value. And he was right. So time efficiency, right? Well, I'm glad you're calling it a machine. I imagine it would be, Eric. Yes, I imagine you would be able to run a different type of. I'll try the I'll try a different PI sheet as well. Probably an any cubic one because I've got one right here and it's the same size. So I'll try that probably in the morning. We'll see how that rolls out. Hey, Mitch, nice studio setup. This is the man cave studio. It's not quite finished yet. I have got an awesome sit-stand desk though. That's a review that's coming out. And if you are any kind of YouTuber, apparently you need to do a sit-stand desk review in order to be in with the cool kids. So that's coming up. Another reason to subscribe. What else have we got here? Chris is still here. These are great machines. If you're impatient like me, time efficiency, dude. Honestly, it's so good. How's the UI on the display? It's actually pretty good. There's a few features I would have liked to have seen, like extruding your filament and loading your filament. That doesn't seem to be there at this point in time. But like most things, I suspect once the feedback's been given back to Creality, I'm sure within days, I think their engineers are on this, and they will not want to afford to have a bad review out there. So I think super quick. Rationale is going to be their main focus here. Is the K1 using some sort of CH2 nozzle? No, I don't think it is actually. I think it's using one of their nozzles. And again, in the literature here, it doesn't tell me exactly what they're using, but it is going to be some kind of high flow nozzle, I would assume, in order to get that well, not just the acceleration, but to get the cubed output that it's been looking at. But I'm impressed. I am impressed. Doesn't take much to impress me, but I am very impressed. Again, you know, I'm not a massive fan of the Creality Cloud. I didn't like the way that was sort of pushed onto people. But I think Creality have learned from that. And, you know, we should be good. Did it come with a scraper too? It did. Do you want to see it? Here it is. Unfortunately, it's one of these. It's not an old traditional one. You can't then go and fill your holes in the wall and stuff like that afterwards. You get this little pair of snips as well. Yeah, there we go. Wex has got a nice little smile there. I admit that I prefer the glue stick to have an ABS print stuck. Yeah, there's nothing worse than ruining your whole print bed. I'm winning for a change, Jerry. I think people have seen the bulk of this. They understand what it's all about. Do you though? Do you though? Oh, thank you, Lar. That's amazing. Thank you so much. Well, it's on. The first layer has started. We're at 13% so far. As I say, what's the slicer like? Again, that's an interesting thing. Creality have used their own one for this. As far as I'm aware, on the SD card, I didn't see any profiles for Cura or Prusa Slicer, but in the manual, it does state that it is going to be useful and used on Prusa Slicer, which is probably what I will use. Hey, Lee, thank you so much, dude. Appreciate that. Thank you. I think bed slingers aren't going away. And this is what Lloyd was alluding to earlier, is that they aren't going away. You're always going to have those. People are still going to produce them because they're easy and cheap to manufacture, easy to work on, easy to upgrade, all that kind of crazy stuff. The Core XY thing, I don't think it's a novelty. I think it's a real serious contender for anybody that's looking to try and get into this. But should it go wrong, don't cry about it, is my honest advice for that. Let's not have any tears about it all. It is what it is. Adam's messaging me now. Bless him. I hope the K1 will be hackable. Here's the thing, Thomas. Creality have promised that they will be open sourcing this. That was their commitment to what they were doing and what everybody was asking for, what the whole community was asking for. I don't necessarily agree with just giving everyone the keys to it and just allowing them to kind of do whatever, because that's when you're going to have hardship, because people don't necessarily understand Clipper. We've had this for a long time. This has been going on for a while now. People will get, oh, it's got Clipper on it. How do I use it? Oh, and even today, here's the link. Google it. This is how you do, I think it was E-step calibration. How do you do E-step calibration on Clipper? Well, it's in the manual. It's online. It's on the wiki. Just follow the wiki. It's not difficult. They thought about it. What else have we got here? I think that's it. Did you? I didn't. So down the bottom here, there's the Z up and down. You've got X, Y, and Z. You've got motors off. You've got your chamber temperature. You've got your bed temperature and also your nozzle temperature. There doesn't seem to be anything for that at this point in time, but we'll look at that and see what it's all about. Looks like a spider nozzle. I don't know what it is. Honestly, I don't know what it is, but it is super fast to heat up, so that's a positive. Does it come with ear defenders? I really, really hope so, Alison. It's yeah. Thank you, dude. Wow. Thanks, Mo. Let's catch up. Let's buy you a beer. Yes, they say it's a nozzle. There's a better flow, something like 33. Yeah, I did say that in the. I think it was. Hang on a minute. If it's not on here, yeah, 32 millimeters squared per second flow rate. I don't think they're lying either. I think it's a tensile strength of POI may screw the Z off. It might do. Stephen Burrows, that name rings a bell. That's the only way. Yeah. So here's the thing. When they brought out the Clipper pads, or the Sonic pad, whatever you want to call it, they haven't or didn't, certainly for quite some time, and they kept it all locked down, and lots of people bought it, and lots of people were very, very upset. It's actually one of my most popular videos, actually unboxing that thing. So, happy days. But yeah, it's what they should do, but will they do it? I'm not a big fan. See, open source is quite a funny thing because I'm also in business, and I think if it's my IP, I would like to protect my IP. So I like Bamboo's strategy on that, because then people aren't messing around with it. That's my personal view on it, and I like what they do. I don't want to have to mess around with the firmware. I don't want to have to mess around with those. Let someone else do that, Nero or somebody. How long to do the first layer? I think it was. It's got 13 minutes left of a 17-minute print. It is printing particularly slow because obviously it's the first layer. The Bamboo flow rate is pretty atomic. Honestly, try 6.8. Is it faster than a Prusa? Take care, John. Let's have a look. Oh my god, there's so many. First time watching the live stream with multiple prints. Face blue wide eyes. Well, thank you very much. I guess. I think. Cool. Everything's faster than a Prusa. It is what it is. It is what it is. We're going to get this first layer done. And if you've got any questions, I'm going to try and take that front off. As I said before, hit the subscribe button if you wouldn't mind. I'm going to try and do as much as I possibly can over the next couple of days and show you exactly what's going on. I've just had a message from a buddy of mine. He's just ordered another 2 bamboos. Not based off this stream. I think just in general, he just messaged me. I don't want to mess around with firmware either. There we go. So, Mikhail, I just want to lean back and listen. Yeah. Again, this is the thing, though, isn't it? This is the really fundamental thing about 3D printing is that some people want to mess around with stuff. The people that want to mess around with stuff, buy a rat rig and buy a Voron. Build those things to your spec and do what you want to do with those. That's why Nero's been so successful, because that's what he's all about. He's all about the open source. People like me and possibly you that just want to unbox something and just make it work. Yeah, there's going to be a degree of maintenance. It's a bit like owning a car. Yeah, you're going to have to get the filters done. But you don't necessarily have to do that yourself. Although with 3D printing, sometimes you do, unless you know someone that's also got a 3D printer that can maybe help you out. I don't know. But again, it's one of those things. But where did you order the K1 from? I didn't order the K1. Creality sent it to me. So that's the answer to that. Really enjoyed the stream. Hey, thanks, dude. Everyone should sub. Thank you, dude. But is it better quality than Prusa? Interesting question. No. That's my answer. Bought an extra carbon without AMS for 900. I think it's a good deal. I slowed my experiments down. The maximum volumetric speed gets better print quality than my Mark III. Okay. Yeah, I'm not adverse to the licenses. I feel that they should follow that. If that's what they're doing, that's awesome. So I don't support theft. Support companies that want to innovate but not still. Yeah, exactly. I'm down with that as well. 100%. I'm on the other side. I prefer open source. Great. See, this is the thing. Everyone's going to be different on what they think. If I want to, how I got into 3D printing, and if you look back at my really early videos where I was trying to upgrade a Creality S5, the reason I was doing that is because I'm in the droid builder community, and the S5 is pretty much, or certainly was, the only printer at the time that you could print an R2 dome on. So it's an R2D2 from Star Wars films. So I was trying to make that faster and more stable, and I got involved with slice engineering, and I got involved with Big Tree Tech, and I started doing all these crazy things and these modifications. Then met tripods when Creality sent me an Ender 5 Max or whatever it was called, and that's kind of how this has sort of all become a kind of thing. So and now collaborating with various companies as I do. This is I've just been very lucky to have received this, be one of the first lines of people that they put out. There's going to be others. So, hit them up and just look at what they're doing. Thanks for the review coming in late. Is it more P1P or K1 in terms of quality print speed? It's like, we're going to test that. What I would say is subscribe to the channel, or at least visit back to the channel and have a look at some of the stuff that I'm going to be putting out over the next couple of days, because we're going to put them head to head. We have to. It's just a done thing, isn't it? And as I say, we can then fathom that out together. The quality of this benchy is very nice, and I can't fault it, really. It is, in a 16-minute benchy, like, people in the Voron community will fight for that kind of speed. And here we are straight out of the box. It's frightening, actually. What's we saying here? Oh, hang on. Let me just run this out. Hang on a second. What's this? I hear people complain product components, yet many of us buy. Yeah, they do. Sometimes you end up buying something because it's cheap, and then you end up buying it twice, right? They may well do. Orca slicer. I'm hearing more and more about this slicer, and I need to investigate that further. I have to make a different. Sit on the shelf and hammer out prints. If it works for you, that's great. Hey, thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, the K1 Max is supposed to be being distributed to the influencing community in a month. That's all I know. Possibly after this live stream, maybe I won't get one. I don't know. Oh my God. Gut feeling. I've got they sent me the end of 5 S1, and I can tell you exactly what happened with that. They took their best people off of that project and put them on this, because that thing is dreadful. Absolutely dreadful, unless you put clipper on it. End of. So am I. I think it's going to be interesting. Again, that's why I like the Prussias, because you can just push the button and walk away. Okay. Just to see on the left-hand side, during the layer test, it was moving. So adjust the Z. You can adjust the Z. You can adjust the Z on the right-hand side, but what I wanted to do was extrude filament. That's what I was trying to do. And there's no option to extrude filament in a default state. So if I heat it up to 200 degrees, what I wanted to do was force a bit of filament through, and there wasn't an option for that. It's nothing but good stuff. That if you look at the TCT 360 video with me and Joel Telling, and I do like this impression of him. Oh, you heard about the new bamboo? And I kind of mocked it a little bit, because I was like, here we go, another 3D printer onto the marketplace. It's another Kickstarter, and I hate Kickstarters. It's just the way it is. Especially, I hate Kickstarters if it's from an established business that should know better. I know it's a marketing ploy and all the rest of it, but I just don't have a good feeling about that. You know, if you're going to put something onto the market, sell it well. Bamboo Labs did incredibly well with theirs, of course. And there's been various other printer manufacturers over the years that have done it. Big Tree Tech have done it. I backed a Kickstarter for theirs a little while ago. Don't even use that printer anymore. It's gathering dust. But yeah, they shook up the industry, and I think in a really, really positive way. And, well done. Good job. I'm using my modified Ender 3 V2 printer ABS parts of Trident. Curious to see how that will stack up with the next one. Try it. Thanks, dude. Appreciate that. There's so many messages here. Have your good printers and the ones that you tinker with. Yeah, I mean, if you're so inclined to do that, there is nothing more frustrating than going, oh, this is... one of the things that I noticed with Voron users is they're always messing around with their printers. Always. There's always something to tinker with, something to upgrade, something to modify. Talking about the K1 Max. Well, the K1 Max... I don't have the crib sheet here of the sizing of that. I've got to be honest, that layer looks really good as well. Really, really good. Time will tell. I would sit and wait and see what the reviews come in. I already saw one ender and probably saw the others once it get more mainstream. Great. It's nice to push a button and walk away. Oh, I love that. What's this? I've been a subscriber since you gave us the tour of the man cave and the Light Fanatic Zoom. All right, cool. Really, really appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, so I do a Christmas light show here in my house, and I love all that. I love all that stuff. Hopefully, I'll have time to do it again this year. So fingers crossed. But thank you for your comment there, man. Thank you. It did. How's the lemon though? There isn't an hour below the nozzle icon on the display. Nope. Not in this state anyway. Let's see what happens when it's stationary. I will test that. Is the bed moving up and down on the print of the first layer? Yeah, it is. It is. It's moving like maybe like 5 degrees. Very, very slowly. Very, very slowly. Oh, sorry. They're fighting flies with these printers. Companies are getting, well, it's a race to the bottom, right? K1 is 300, 300. I mean, I think that would be more useful to me with the kind of prints that I do. If it ain't broke, don't take it away. Yeah. Bad thing about Kickstarter is that you have to legally have no warranty or invest in your product. You are, and you've got to have belief in that product. So, do you believe in that product, Mitch? I love you. Are you selling my life-size droids? No, I did sell one. I sold the film one. So, if you don't already know, I built an R2D2 style droid called R2SHP, which is mine and my wife's initials. And that was in The Rise of Skywalker, episode 9. And we sold that a couple of years ago at Prop Store in Hollywood. So that one did sell, but you need deep pockets to buy that. The R2D2 is in the background here. Hopefully you can see that there. And then there's another one at the back there as well. That's R2Q5. It does. 100% sure the experience for an average user, not a review sample, will be hot garbage because there isn't no quality control. Okay. Look, I get it. I totally get it. But I don't necessarily believe that they've done anything special to this. I did see like this really weird video that was on YouTube where someone had got one, but it looked like it had been used previously and it was covered in dust. And I don't know if that was just a fake. But as far as I know, from what I've seen so far, it's me and Nathan that have got these. Again, I don't know Nathan. I'll probably reach out to him and just go, hey, how's it going? But you're completely right with thinking that. And again, what I always found a few years back is that you'd get a really good Creality machine for ages, and then all of a sudden the quality would then go down. So they would change parts, they'd try and cheapen the product. And over that time, let's just shut that door. It's so loud, so loud. So there's our first layer. Should we take it off? Oh, we've got a rip. So we got a few little tears in there, but it's not bad. I mean, it's not, I wouldn't say, if you could see how this looks here, hello, you can kind of tell that there are some deviations. And of course, where that bed's been moving up and down slightly, I think you can tell where perhaps that isn't necessarily flat. And again, we'll have to test that when things move forward. Just going to have a look at the... Yeah, so just to answer that question on the extrusion, it doesn't seem to have that on the menu there. But it's exciting. We're going to keep playing with it. I'm just going to go through the last questions here and see what you've got. In the Creality video, it was moving around. It was moving around the print a lot. Like the whole print was shaking. Did you notice anything like that? Only like 5%. I didn't notice it when it was going super fast. But I suspect it would be doing that. And I guess that's going to be adding to the noise as well. So we will double check that. What we've got here. That's what we did the end. Oh my God. Don't even talk to me about that printer. Actually, the enders. Oh my God. Well, you know why? The thing is, the Ender 3 was the most popular printer that's ever been made and the most bought printer ever. So everybody's been chasing that dream ever since. It's the, as I often say, it's the Thriller album to Creality, and they've constantly been trying to chase that ever since. So maybe the K1 will be their next big hit. Who knows? But what have we got here? I have to head out. Hey, thanks, dude. Appreciate everything you've done here. Thank you for joining us. Is there a gap left in the door large? It was in Nathan's video. We talked about this earlier, right? No, mine is okay. Where the screen gap is, there's probably about 10 mil, to answer your question on that.
Can you show where the filament goes in the box and comment on how hard it was to do the change from one roll to another? Filament goes into the box. Yeah, sure. Okay. Well, let's do a couple of things. Let's go and God, let's kill this. So the front doesn't come off like the bamboo. There's no magnet on that. Let's unplug it. Here we go again. So on the back here is where the filament goes. Obviously, if you drop it on the floor like I've just done, it's not so good. But as I say, it isn't too much unlike a P1P, to be honest with you. But ultimately, just goes into your filament run-out sensor here, and it goes up through a Bowden tube and straight into the back of the printer. So that's the back of it. That's the side of it. Again, it's all just plastic on the side here. And then on the front here, we've got a couple of things that I have noticed that just in, where is it? Just up here, I think there's a connector for a camera or some kind of sensor. It might be for the LiDAR to plug in. There's a few points that you can adjust the X and Y on the internals as well. So it's not controllable like it is on the back of the bamboo. Not having a filament cutter inside the print head makes the AMS impossible for me. Okay, let's see what they come up with. Are the X rods glued in place? So I don't think they're glued in place, but they are certainly wedged in place. So I don't know if you'll be able to remove those or not. And I guess time will tell. Is the molding material coming mixer for the K1? I do not know. I don't know. Uncle Jessony, Big Manito, 3D Musketeer, the life-size lemon tree. Love that. When I use 11s, you build a Core XY. Amazing. Love this. Love this banter. Never used a Creality machine that didn't need upgrading shortly after purchasing it. This would be a nice change. I don't think you're going to need to upgrade this. But based on that movement, I mean, God. That's it for the bed. That's it from the bed leveling. Yeah, okay, I guess so. The poor mechanical fine-tuning of the bed leveling. We need to learn how to do it manually and adjust it. Imagine. Look, I had a bad one. We know. We need to talk about that again. Thank you, dude. Appreciate that. Yeah, so that R2, just on that, the R2 that's here, that's used for like the press and the red carpets in the UK for the films and stuff. So I still do a lot of that and TV work and whatnot. Nice. Do you think there'd be a room for a third-party webcam to be mounted in there? Again, I'm going to test that. I've got a bunch of different webcams and stuff, so I will definitely test that out. Does it have a load of? Well, not that I could find. So when it was on, I couldn't find a load and unload, but I'll double check that tomorrow. Again, multicolored planned. I don't know. Probably, possibly. Is there only one X-axis motor? Yes, there is. There is only one X-axis motor. That's mounted at the back. If you look back on the stream, I did the thermal camera in there as well, and you can see the motor heating up. I have to say that the 3D print has created some of the bars. I'm actually excited to see the new offering. The customer is definitely benefiting from all the competition. I think it is. You're right. You're totally right. Can't use any third camera though. Yeah, that's the one that was the same with the M4. I plugged in a bunch of different webcams and it didn't work. So I'll ask Creality tomorrow very nicely if there's similar webcam and maybe the LiDAR thing. It's weird that they haven't included that because I think it would be best to show the whole printer off, not just, parts of it. Is this pretty cherry picked? As you said, the quality seems to go down when... what I meant by that was that over time they used to cheapen the pulleys. So when you had an S5, you'd have a front pulley, and after about 100 hours of printing, the pulley would then disintegrate. And if you're sitting in any community, which I was at the time, helping out, managing pages and stuff, you knew as soon as people started having y-axis issues, it was going to be that pulley, 100%. And to the point that I even knew the number that you could get one of these replaced on eBay, which was better quality, and it was ribbed for her pleasure and all the rest of it. So, I'm not new to this. I've been around 3D printing for a little while, so you kind of get to see what happens. That over time, quality and things will change. Bamboo have the same thing. Grant would tell you, they had different boards, they've different upgrades, they've changed things as things have gone on. There's revisions that the general public probably won't know too much about, but they're not changing it so drastically that it's going to change the whole machine's dynamic. It's just one of those things that they do over time. In regards to, has my machine been cherry picked? Yeah, I would hope so. Actually, I would hope that it would be cherry picked, and that's part of the quality control, though, isn't it? It's every car you buy, there's going to be so many thousand that's produced that's going to be a lemon, and that's just the way it is. But Joel recently said on his stream, and other people have said on their stream, you would expect, if you're doing a review on this and you are a social media influencer, which I hate that bloody term, but it is what it is. It's a byproduct of what I do. So if I've got a review printer, I've got a review printer. This one happens to be really good. So hopefully you won't get a lemon. Hopefully you won't have a load of issues. And hopefully, and this is key, you'll get the support that you deserve, especially for the money that you've paid for that printer. And if everybody can get their support right, or if major companies can get their support right, a lot of people bash Bamboo Labs, and it infuriates me because I've had nothing but really, really good customer service from them. Not because I do this, literally contacting support, dealing with the person on support, getting the solutions that I needed, easy peasy. I've never had an issue with Prusa, so I've never used their support. So if you've never had to do it, then you don't know what you don't know. That's what I'll say. Cheers, Chris. Take care, dude. It is exciting. It is exciting. Let's have a chat as well later on. How big is the gap on the left-hand side of the door when it's closed? It's 10 mil by about 40 mil. Does the extruder have a front clip? Does it have a front clip? What it has is a filament locking, so it locks. So you can push it in and then lock it in place, and then that then is where the extruder then does its job. Okay, sorry. Hang on. What did you ask? How big is the gap? We were talking about the gap here, right? Talking about the gap here. So you can just about put your finger in there. Yeah, so it's 40 mil. If that's what you're talking about. If you're talking about the one at the back, there's no gap here, though. There's no gap here at all. That's all good. We went through that one already. Does the printer come? Yeah. Like the Prusa and Bamboo. Printed on the bar sleeves instead of bearings. It's on bearings. It's on bearings. There you go. Good. Let me know how that goes. If there's anyone, how does it level? Well, it'll level via the leveling sensor, won't it? So if it needs to go down 2 mil here, it'll move it down to 2 mil. And when it goes to here, it'll then move it back up. Cheers, dude. Appreciate that. You see, the thing is, I don't. If it was trash, I'll tell you it was trash. That's it. And a lot of the time, the End of 5. If you watch my End of 5 video, the End of 5 S1, it was so bad. It looked like the printer box had been kicked down the road. I contacted Creality like 10 times and said, "Look, this is really bad. Are you sure you want me to review this, or do you want to take some time to think about it?" I'll always go back to the manufacturer and at least talk about it. Nothing for weeks and weeks and weeks. So I put the video out. As soon as I put the video out, they contacted me and went, "Oh, okay, we see what you've done there." I said, "Well, You need to get back to me. It's the same as anything. It's the experience that I have. If I get a printer out of the box and it's bad, I'm going to tell you it's bad. If I get a printer out of the box and it's wonderful, then we're in the same boat, right? There's no point. I'm not getting paid for this. It is what it is. Bamboo support is mate. Is it? Acre Make. I haven't done anything with them. I don't know anything about the product line. I've seen it, but that's about it. Maybe they improve. They will need to improve, I think. Looks like the nozzle replacement will be easy enough. We'll look at that tomorrow. Okay. I got my first print today on an Elegant Neptune 3 Pro. 40. Oh, really? Okay. That sucks. That really sucks. I have the Neptune 3 Max, and it is a wonderful printer. Love that thing. Looking forward to upcoming videos. Take care. Lovely. Thank you so much. N3S1. Yeah, unfortunately, that's just the way it goes, isn't it? 350 was west of the Max. Okay. Did I say? There you go then. See? In fact, the real... You know what? Actually, Will, you know what? All the printers that have been sent to me have been production printers. So I wasn't lucky enough to get involved with the first lot. So it is what it is. The fact the real deal is between those fast printers and provide the new features. Bamboo actually have AS, and that's the new way to use your printer. I love it, man. You know, I can't say any other things than good things about the printers that I've got there. No, definitely not. I'm not a sock puppet. I'm not any of that. I'm not involved with any of that business. My bag is very much about, the experience, the out-of-box experience that I have, and I get a lot of flack. Like, so many people go, "Oh, well, I've got it, and it's fine." It's like, well, okay, but that's not the experience I've had, and this is about the out-of-box experience. And if you want me to unbox your printer and talk about it, I'm not going to lie about it. Go, oh, isn't this crashed, messed up Benchy the most wonderful print that you've ever had in your entire life? No, because it looks like trash, and actually there's major issues with the printer. Fix it and sort it out. Is what it is. I'm working on the Cobra 2 at the moment, the Anycubic Cobra 2. It's a brand new printer out into the market. They've sold it down the super fast. It is faster for a bed slinger, but then also the Sovo SV6. Apparently that's really, really fast as a bed slinger, but everyone was thinking it was going to be a Core XY. Making a Core XY, manufacturing a Core XY is a tricky business. It really is a tricky business. It's not going to be taken lightly. And any company that wants to undertake that, it's the same as the reason that we don't have millions of Delta printers, because they're complicated machines. So, there's a quality that has to be sort of undertaken there. How loud is it compared to, in my experience, this is louder than the P1P and the Bamboo Lab 61 Carbon, and we will do a proper test on that this week. Here's the thing with that. So when the P1P was announced, and Jerry will tell you, because I was on his stream actually, I said you won't see that until Q2 of this year, and it was out within a few weeks. So they're not complacent though. They're not going to be sitting around going, "Oh, you know what? Maybe we do this." They've got their head in the game. They know what they're doing. So I suspect, and I hope, I've got no confirmation of this. No one's told me any special secrets or anything. I would like to see a slightly larger printer that probably will be around the 300-ish, 320, something along those lines. That's what I'd like to see next. It is. You're right. You're absolutely right. And you know that all too well. This week I've got the Attack of the Core XYs, Sovo SV06 King. Oh, really? Okay. Thanks, dude. Yeah, I got a really good deal on that. It is. And oh my God, I can't even tell you about this. The Cobra doesn't have a V-slot wheel. And it's the first printer that I've seen that hasn't got that set up. You have to wait and see. Watch the video. It's going to be amazing. No, it's not. It's not a clipperized. It's not a Core XY. 100% it's not a Core XY. So you run it. So is this running Clipper, right? On Wi-Fi. Deconnected directly with the browser. At the moment, I haven't been able to get into it. I did try the IP address, but it didn't let me in for one reason or another. I might not have the port selected, so that might be something that I need to look at. And again, I will go back to that. It's running Creality OS, which is a derivative of Clipper. So if you use the Clipper pad or the Sonic pad, whatever it was called, it's probably going to be similar, and some of the lockdown functionality is going to be on that as well. There's a Cobra. No, there's an Anycubic Cobra 2 is what it's called. Data prints are similar. Yeah, I know, because they're always on your back. So not no. Okay, yeah, sure. Yeah, I mean that, but it's the new flavor, isn't it? It is the new flavor. More like, yeah, you're going to see more and more of these, which is good, and hopefully LDO will be providing all of those. LDO have sent me a Voron as well, the Trident 300 thing. Polymaker have now sent me the filament to do all the printing with it. So listen, guys, thank you very much for joining me on this 2-hour 46-minute stream. We've seen some really good things. As an employer, I learned about the P1, P2. There you go. See. So what's my first impression about the K1? Good question. Really good question. I think I'm not completely satisfied with everything I've seen yet. I have to do some more investigating. I've got a lot of questions, not just from you guys, but also some personal questions that I want to find out a little bit more on. I think it is a very super capable printer. The longevity of the usability is questionable. And if you are rattling around something at that particular speed, things are probably going to come loose sooner or later. So I'll be interested to see a little bit more about the efficiencies of manual repair and assumed tightening of things that are required. So in short, I'm very impressed. The print quality is staggering, and you know, if you've ordered one, I don't think you've made a bad choice. So crack on. Thanks, Joe. Appreciate it. Thank you, dude. Zombie Hedgehog thermal runaway is only disabled after the review. We will test that tomorrow. It's getting really late here, guys. But listen, thank you so much for joining me this evening. If you haven't liked and subscribed, please do so, because it helps the channel out. And we will see you next time. Bye for now.
You are watching a master at work.